Girls and boys, welcome to today's reading lesson. Remember, we are now talking about how we learn from reading. We're reading real things about real people, about science, about plants, about all sorts of things. We are reading to learn. Okay, so let's get started. And you'll remember from yesterday, we said nonfiction readers grow knowledge, right? We're reading because we want to get more information. And as we read, we pay attention to details. There are lots of things, captions and pictures and headings and diagrams and all kinds of things like that, that have useful information. And we have to put the parts of the text together in our mind. Okay, and we're going to practice this a little bit today. Now, of course, this is reading time, and when we read, we think of books. But we don't just read books for information. We can read an instruction manual for a video game. We can read a Pokemon card. We can read a menu at a restaurant. All of that is nonfiction reading. So let's start by reading something that is not a book. Now, you've probably seen this before. This is a penny. And what I want you to do is pause the video for about a minute. Look at it very carefully. Look at everything there is to see and unclick pause in about a minute. Okay, did you do it? Now, I'm not there with you, so I don't know what you were thinking or saying, but I have a feeling some of you were wondering, why is there a number here? And maybe somebody was wondering who this man is. And maybe somebody else out there was wondering what this building is. And it's possible somebody else was wondering what this says or what language that is. Okay. And if you did any of those things, guess what? You didn't just notice details. You did one of the most important things in learning. You asked questions. So important. Because there is a lot of information and sometimes it's not clear why it's there. We need to ask questions so we can figure out what it's all about. Okay? So we pay attention to details, but we also have to ask questions. Sometimes they're not going to tell us something directly. We have to figure it out. We have to think a little bit as we read. So let's go back to this book, Knights in Shining Armor. Okay, and we know what we saw here yesterday, right? We talked about the moat, the water going around the castle. Okay, and we saw the outer wall, the outer curtain wall. Okay, well, after we looked at the different parts, we realized that a castle was something that was designed to protect people. But now let's look at it a little bit more carefully. Let's see if we can ask questions, and I'm going to ask along with you. Let's see, we have a moat and we have this outer curtain wall, okay, and there's a gate here also. And I guess that would keep people safe. And yeah, I see people here and people here, and they're probably pretty safe. But then, wait a minute, there's another gate over here and another moat and an inner curtain wall. Well, wait a minute. If the outer curtain wall and the first gate and the moat were designed to keep people safe, what's the inner curtain wall for? And what's the gate for? See what we're doing? We're asking questions. We want to know what this is all about. And, well, maybe we can try and figure it out. If the outer curtain wall and the gate are designed to keep people safe, maybe the inner curtain wall is designed to keep people safer or designed to keep other people safe, maybe more important people safe. Maybe some important things have to be kept in there. Now, we would probably find all of this out if we read more of the book, but you see, we start by looking at the different pieces, okay, and then we start putting them together and we start asking questions. And that's our big skill. That's what we want to learn to do. And we want to do it every time we read a nonfiction book. All right, boys and girls, that's it. It was a nice short lesson today. So, whatever you do today, if you open up an instruction manual, if you are trying to learn to read maybe something from a board game or a video game, if you pick up a coin or a dollar bill, if you go to a restaurant, if you've got some Pokemon cards sitting around, guess what? There's information there. Put the details together, ask questions, and learn. The end.